Hi Hashid, so you're back after the Meet Magento Indonesia. So how was the travel? Hope everything was fine and good. So I could hear that you are moving for next meetup at Singapore as well. So I just want to know what excites you to go for this meetup all over the international level meetup and what excites you the most.
Yes, so actually, I had not planned to go to the Indonesia meetup until I think 3 or 4 days before the meetup.
Okay.
So I was seeing a lot of posts on the social media about people sharing how excited they are to meet up. So then at the last moment, I also thought I should not miss meeting people face to face after 2 years of COVID. So that's when I made my booking in the last moment, and fortunately for Indians we have visa on arrival, right? So that's how I ended up being there. So to answer your question, what I look forward to in Meet Magento events is obviously connecting face to face with the people in ecosystem and like-minded people, and knowing their journeys, their challenges. So that's been very interesting for me, and that's what I love the most about the events.
Okay. So I could notice you had a chance to meet Vikrant Shukla
Yes.
and Karthik, David Dapna, everyone.
Yes.
So I hope you had, after the COVID, it will be the first time you will be meeting. Or is it like you had met them earlier? Like, is it a break
Yeah.
face to face?
So all of the names that you told, right?
Yeah.
Vikrant and Karthik, and so all of them, I actually met them in Meet Magento events. So Vikrant, I met in the first Meet Magento Ahmedabad that happened. So all of the contacts and friends that I have in the ecosystem are actually coming from the meetup events, the Meet Magento events, or the meetup events that we also do, right? So that's the best thing about these events.
Okay, great. And how vibrant was the Indonesia meetup as per you? Like you have been attending few meetups and all. So
Yes,
how
yes.
do you feel?
So I have gone to all the India events and Singapore and Bangkok also. This was the first time I went to the Indonesian event. So I think the event was pretty similar to the Bangkok one. So I think 95% were people from Indonesia itself. And before going, I thought that the event is very small because there was no ticket price, and so I thought it's like a meetup. But when I reached that place, I was blown away because there were sponsors like Huawei and Adobe was sponsoring. There were a lot of booths, and all the major players were there. And I think about, if I'm not wrong, 500 people registered, and I think at least 253 people turned up, and it was done very professionally. I think one of the best Meet Magento events that I've attended.
Okay.
There were a lot of fun activities, and that 360-degree camera and all, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, we could see that on your social media post. And one takeaway from the event would be the connection that you have built.
Yes, yes.
Is there anything other that you would like to share from the sessions or insight that shared during the?
Yes. So one thing that I do right for all the Meet Magento events is that I usually don't attend the sessions a lot. Okay, so I attend hardly 2-3 sessions because it's just one day and there are a lot of people to meet, right?
Yes.
So that's what I personally give importance to. But to talk about the sessions, I think there were a lot of mind-blowing sessions, and in this event particularly, it was not just about Magento. It was there were a lot of topics covered in marketing, in composable commerce architecture, and even in building a brand strategy, right? So there was a big influencer who came from a local influencer who gave a talk. So it was a 360-degree talk about e-commerce, tech, marketing, product, brand, etc. So the content was well distributed. Yeah.
Okay, so being in the ecosystem for a long time, for many years, you have been in the Magento ecosystem, and you know the e-commerce better, how the trends are changing, everything. So, what do you consider will be the next big thing or something related to e-commerce, or considering Magento or Adobe e-commerce?
Yeah. So I think to talk about e-commerce, it's a very broad area, right? So maybe this time is not enough,
Yeah.
but e-commerce is anyway going to grow. That's an obvious thing. Everything is moving digital. But to talk about the tech inside e-commerce, especially Magento, I think Adobe Commerce is doing a great job. They're bringing a lot of innovative stuff onto the platform. Uh, I personally think it's moving towards a services or a composable architecture. So recently we got live search and from Adobe there is Insight. So there are a lot of innovative services coming up in the Adobe Commerce side. And on the Magento open source side, I think there's been a lot of questions about where it is headed. So recently, the Magento Association is doing a lot of active stuff around that and clearing the air in the confusions. So I think both of them will be separate, and open source will have its own journey with a common base. So that is something that would be good for the SMB markets.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I think is happening.
Okay.
So in technical side, I think it's mostly composable commerce and headless. So most of the things which we have been hearing for the last 2 years, I think it's reaching a maturity stage, and a lot of people are adopting. Many people have already seen challenges in the early adoption, so they're trying to overcome these challenges, and so the things are sort of maturing.
Okay, great. Great. Thanks for your time, Hashid.